Hello friends, my name is Hamid. Today I'm working on a Miele washer and I will show you how to replace the door gasket on it. I really like the setup here, Miele washer and dryer, and we also have two old washers and wringers. Look at this one. Over 35 years old probably. This one. It also has some notes. Very expensive. You can tighten it from the top and lose it. See how it looks? Here's it from the back. So after this washer, I think the best washer they made was the Maytag, and they do not make it anymore. And of course we got some high-end appliances, which is Miele and different brand, but that's my favorite. Okay, so my brother is also a technician. We had two different schedules today. He's running a little bit late, so I'm here to replace this gasket for him. I'll pull the door gasket because I'm very early on my calls. Pull the door gasket off for him, and then he will come and replace it easy in and out. So before I work on gasket, you need to do proper maintenance on these units, this washer and dryer. These are the most beautiful, most expensive and the best Miele units they made so far, and unfortunately these units are discontinued. You can still get some of the parts for them, but you cannot buy these anymore unless you find it used and you buy it. That's a different case. So these units are discontinued. Miele does not make these large units anymore. Always keep your door open when you're not using the washer. Keep your soap dispenser door open always when you're not using it, because you need a good air circulation. If the dispenser is closed, the door is closed, you will always have a smell, mold and gunky stuff building up in the door gasket. The washer smells, and you can also get mold build up and the soap dispenser. This dispenser looks clean, or you can see a little bit of debris around it, but it's not bad. I can also see some mold build up there. You can always clean it with a steamer, or just cloth and a brush and clean it, and that will take care of the problem. I prefer using a steamer on these units. To replace the door gasket, I'll bring the camera closer. To replace the door gasket, you see in that corner right there, it's our spring that holds the door gasket in place. I wouldn't call it a spring because on these units the front is not the spring, but on most of the units it's the spring. You would use a screwdriver to pull this out. So the way you're disconnecting this is it's a little bit tricky at first, but I'll show you how it works. So they kind of go together like this, tight. You pull it out, it doesn't come out. it does not come off from these teeth. And to disconnect this or take it off, you kind of turn it, bend it, and then pulls out. Very easy, like that, and turn it. The moment you turn this a little bit sideways, it gets disconnected, like that. See? And the same way, when you reinstall this back in, bring it around the gasket and then push it back in. You want to make sure it's lining up straight from all over the places, and put force with your hand, bring them closer. Here, that's tight. You can always use 2 screwdrivers from bottom and top and push it down. Here, it's tight. And you can also use your needle nose plier to push it from bottom and top, and it makes the clicking noise. It will hold the gasket in place. So that's the way you wanna pull this out and disconnect it. So hold it tight from one side, came off. So again, the key is to, when it's like that, kind of bend it, it comes off. You have to bend it. If you try to force it open, you're gonna break these teeth. These are small teeth, and then you're gonna have to order a new one. So that's the first part. The second part, you can peel this off like that. So it's off. This is your light, which always sits there inside. I pulled it out already. I took the complete gasket off, so I'm just making a video for fun while I'm waiting for a new gasket to come in. So you take this off, and this is also, this plastic piece is also part of this. When you pull this off, there is a hose. You check. The hose is very deep inside there, and I will show you how it looks. So the hose goes here. Can you see that hose? It's not very long, so you may want to work on it back and forth like this, and then reinstall it back in. But this part, the hose comes here, gets inserted there, and then you push this on top. It stays in place. And the last part is this is the last spring that goes inside. I've seen a lot of technicians, they pull the whole complete front panel off in order to replace this or reinstall it back in, but you can always use 5/16 drill bit, and I'll show you. This is a 5/16, and it sits perfectly here. You can tighten and retight it. You can open it with this. It's usually staying in a position like this at the back that holds the back of the gasket in place. So you open this spring with 5/16, and this comes off. So if you don't know the size, you don't have to use 5/16, and you don't have a 5/16, it's okay. You can always use a small flat screwdriver. If you have a bigger size flat screwdriver, the handle may not let you open it, so you really need a small one. Use a smaller screwdriver or 5/16 drill bit, and you can open this. So once you take that spring off, you can peel the gasket out. We have to pull this piece out, the water splasher piece. You reinstall this on the new gasket because the new gasket does not come with this. Unless it's a used one, it comes with it. So the reason I'm replacing this gasket today, customer had a hole in here. The only reason I would be replacing this gasket if it's moldy, if it smells very bad, lots of gunk buildup in here, then I would replace it. Otherwise, the reason I'm replacing it today, it has a hole. And it was leaking water from the bottom of the washer. Customer didn't know where the water leak was coming from. So you see that hole in here. That hole. So the gasket is being replaced. When you replace the gasket, it's very important to clean the outer tub, this area. Usually it's gunky and it has a lot of black stuff in there. So you need a towel. I asked the customer a towel that she needs to wash it soon. So she gave me this. This part is wet. I already cleaned the front lip of the drum, so you can see it's not that bad, but it's a good idea to clean it. So you go around it. Even if you have soapy warm water, you can use your towel, it's way better. So do a really good cleanup, and then after that, dry it out. Once it's dry, you can start replacing your gasket. The way you're going to replace the gasket is, I'm still waiting for the gasket, so my brother's on his way. He will be there in the next 10-15 minutes, hopefully. This part, this opener, you can see, goes straight to this screw. So you're installing it this way. Also, there's 3 holes right here. I don't know if you can see it on the I can see that, but on the video I have to show you. You see these 3 holes? These 3 holes are the holes that the water would drain at the end of the cycle. So it's very important that when you reinstall your gasket, you want to make sure that the 3 holes, these 3 holes are straight matched with these holes. Because if you don't install it properly, if the holes are not aligning in front of each other, the customer will complain about the water staying here. And then you don't know, customer doesn't know what's wrong here. In fact, maybe you didn't install it properly. So the water would stay right here and would pile up, and it starts smelling, and then you'll have problem. And when it comes to maintenance on these units, every 6 months, you add 12 tablespoons of baking soda inside of the drum, 4 cups of vinegar inside of the soap dispenser, and run the washer for full normal cycle. You don't need the strong chemicals to use inside of this washer to clean it. Those are unnecessary. You also need to clean your drain pump every 6 months. So before you do any maintenance on these washers, clean your drain pump, clean your gasket, clean your soap dispenser, and then after you can use your home remedies or cleanup. To clean the bottom where the filter is for the drain pump, let me see. Yeah, you can see it here. So you're gonna open your soap dispenser, and over here you have a tab. It's a yellow tab. On most of the washers, you have to press this tab down, press it down, and then pull the soap dispenser out to clean it. And I'll turn it around here. You see this yellow plastic tab? This one is for your drain pump filter cleaning, to open that door for you. So you take it off from here, it's always there. Most of the customer doesn't know that. I see some customers, they have these washers for the last 10 years, they never knew about this. So with this, you will open this area, and see that plastic, you want to press it straight like that and open it, the drainage area. I asked this customer if they are doing maintenance on it, and she was like, yeah, we do maintenance, we do clean the filter and drain pump, which is very good. I don't see this this kind of a small maintenance in customer houses. When I ask them these questions, they don't know, so I'm glad she knows this. We need a bucket to drain the water out here. Hold it, open it. So if you don't want your washer to smell, it's very necessary to clean every 6 months. I would say every 3 months if you have time. If you don't have time, then you can do this every 6 months. The drain pump cap looks very clean, it's not moldy, it's not black, and it also doesn't smell. So that's the good part, and it also tells me that customers are keeping it clean. When I open this cap from the drain pump, sometimes it's a very strong smell, and the first thing I get is blackish water. Lots of moldy water comes out from here because water is here all the time, 24/7. Every time you use your washer, some of the water drains, and then there's a little bit of water left. It stays there, and that's why the washer starts smelling. So you may want to clean it. You can put this back in. Here it goes. Like that, sits there. When you clean your drain pump, everything gets out from there. If you see your drain pump is looking full of ganky smells and it's moldy, you may want to find a baby bottle brush, use baking soda and vinegar, clean it with that. And you can also get a towel, wrap it around your hand, go back and forth, do a good cleanup, and it will also help. But the proper way to clean these pumps, if they are blackish color, if you see discoloration on it, and it also smells, you really have to use a baby bottle brush, baking soda, vinegar, or anything, home remedies. So you retight it back again. Do not close this, because once you run the washer, you want to make sure that you don't get any water leakage, because on some customer houses they also wash sandy clothes if they have sands or food or any kind of debris in their pocket, and it stays in the drain pump. When you close it, you lock the pump and you close this door, you don't know, but it's still leaking. So once you run your washer, you don't see any leak, then that's the time you want to close this. In this case, the drain pump was looking very clean, no sand, no debris, nothing. I don't have to, but it's important to do, even if you're sure that it's not leaking, just for your safety. Keep this little small door open, give it a quick test, and see if it's not leaking, then you're sure that you can close it. For the dryer maintenance, First of all, you want to make sure you're using a solid ventilation hose at the back. If it's flexible plastic or paper, you want to get rid of those and install a solid one. It's healthier for the dryer. The dryer will not overheat, and it's not also fire hazard, so you're on the safe side. You can also clean your filter here, which it looks very clean. See that hole? You may want to stick your vacuum there and vacuum it really good. That's the only thing you would do with the dryer. Put this back in. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys have any question, please comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.